why no one is your real friend. This is a sentence that shocks people because we all grow up believing that friendship is the purest thing, that friends will always be there, that they will sacrifice for us the way we sacrifice for them. But life teaches us lessons that are far more honest than the stories we were told. The truth is, no one is your real friend in the way you imagine. People are friendly, people are kind, people are helpful, but when it comes to the deepest realities of life, everyone is living for themselves. And that is not necessarily bad news. It is simply reality. You see, the world does not revolve around you. Every person you meet is carrying their own burdens, their own worries, their own dreams, their own survival. So when you expect them to put your life above theirs, you are asking for something unnatural. This is why many people feel betrayed. They expect others to save them, but others are too busy trying to save themselves. The sooner you realize that no one is your real friend in the absolute sense, the sooner you will learn to stand on your own feet. Think about it. When you succeed, you will have so many friends. Everyone will clap, everyone will cheer, everyone will claim they supported you all along. But when you fail, when you are down, when you are broken, you will notice silence. You will notice people distancing themselves, not because they suddenly hate you, but because human beings are drawn to light, not to darkness. They want to be around success, not failure. They want to be associated with winners, not losers, and so you learn friends are conditional. They are real only as long as circumstances are convenient. Does this mean people are evil? No. It means they are human. They are limited by their own fears, their own self-interest. If someone helps you, it is not because they are your real friend. It is because helping you aligns with their values, their character, or even their benefit. If they walk away, it is not necessarily betrayal. It is simply their inability to carry a weight that was never theirs to carry. You cannot expect someone else to live your life for you. You cannot expect someone else to sacrifice their future for your present. Life is designed in such a way that you must fight your own battles. The problem is not that no one is your real friend. The problem is that people build illusions. They believe others owe them loyalty, time, sacrifice, and unconditional love. But once you remove this illusion, once you stop demanding that others save you, you become free. You realize that true strength is not built on the shoulders of friends, but on the discipline and courage you give yourself. When you understand that no one is your real friend, you stop being angry when people leave you. You stop being disappointed when they don't show up. You stop being bitter when they fail to understand you. Instead, you begin to accept reality. You begin to see friendship not as a promise of forever, but as a gift of now. If someone is kind to you today, appreciate it. If someone supports you today, value it. But never build your entire foundation on the assumption that they will always be there tomorrow. Tomorrow belongs to uncertainty. Let me tell you something. The people you call friends today will not all be in your life 5 years from now. Some will move away, some will change, some will outgrow you, and you will outgrow them, and that is natural. But if your happiness depends entirely on them staying, then you are setting yourself up for endless pain. Instead, build a relationship with yourself so strong that even when everyone leaves, you still stand. Because the one person who never leaves you is yourself. And if you are not your own friend, then you truly have no one. Another reason why no one is your real friend is because people see the world through their own eyes, not yours. They cannot fully understand your struggles, your pain, your dreams, because they are not living inside your skin. At best they sympathize, at best they try to imagine, but they cannot feel what you feel. That gap means there will always be limits to friendship. You may be drowning inside, but your friend may only see a smile on your face. You may be fighting demons inside your head, but your friend may be too busy fighting their own. This is why expecting total understanding is foolish. Now, Does this mean you should isolate yourself, trust no one, love no one? No, it means you should adjust your expectations, take friendship for what it is, a companionship, not a guarantee. Friends can walk with you, laugh with you, celebrate with you, but the path you walk, the battles you fight, the scars you carry, those are yours alone. And if you become strong enough to face them without demanding others to carry them for you, then every friendship you have becomes a blessing instead of a crutch. People often say, "I was there for my friend, but when I needed them, they weren't there for me." That is the most common complaint. But think carefully. When you helped them, did you help them to truly give, or did you help them because you expected something back? If you helped because you expected repayment, then you were not a friend either. You were a trader, trading kindness for future loyalty. That is why disappointment hurts. But if you help without expectation, then whether they are there or not later, you will not feel betrayed. You will feel free because your kindness was genuine. No one is your real friend, but that does not mean you cannot have meaningful connections. It means that those connections must be understood as temporary, fragile, and human. The real friend you are searching for must be built inside you. It is your discipline that will wake you up in the morning when no one else calls. It is your determination that will keep you working when no one else believes. It is your resilience that will keep you standing when no one else supports you. That inner strength is the only friend that never abandons you. And here is the irony. Once you stop needing people to be your saviors, you begin to attract better relationships. Why? Because now you are whole. Now you are not clinging to people out of desperation. Now you are not begging them to complete you. Instead, you walk with strength, and people respect strength. They are drawn to it. They see you as someone they want to be around, not because you need them, but because you inspire them. That shift changes everything. So the truth is simple. No one is your real friend in the way you dream. But that is not a tragedy. It is freedom, because it forces you to stop waiting for rescue and to start building your own wings. It forces you to stop crying about betrayal and to start investing in your own power. It forces you to see life as it is, not as you wish it to be. And in that acceptance, you become stronger than you ever imagined. Independence is the foundation of real relationships. Most people think relationships are built on love, trust, and loyalty alone. They believe if two people care for each other deeply, everything else will fall into place. But reality teaches us something different. The strongest relationships are not the ones where two people depend on each other for survival, but the ones where both individuals are whole on their own. Independence is not the enemy of closeness. It is the very thing that makes closeness possible. Without independence, relationships turn into cages. With independence, relationships become choices. Think about the people who cling too tightly to others. They live in fear that if their friend, their partner, or their family member leaves, they will collapse. Every word, every action, every absence shakes their world. They call this love or loyalty, but in truth, it is dependency, and dependency is fragile, because the moment the other person changes, the dependent one breaks. They lose themselves, they become bitter, they demand constant reassurance, and eventually the relationship suffocates. Independence solves this problem. When you are complete on your own, when you know you can stand without anyone else holding you up, then your relationships stop being about fear of loss and start being about genuine connection. The reason many people are disappointed in friendships is because they expect too much. They expect their friend to carry their pain, to always be available, to sacrifice endlessly. But when that doesn't happen, they feel betrayed. The truth is, no one owes you their life. No one can be your savior. Everyone has their own struggles. When you are independent, you stop placing impossible demands on others. You stop expecting them to fix your loneliness, to heal your wounds, to fill your emptiness. Instead, you take responsibility for yourself. You learn to sit with your loneliness, to heal your own wounds, to build your own strength. Then, when you walk into a relationship, you walk in whole. And when two whole people come together, that bond is far stronger than any bond built on neediness. Independence does not mean isolation. It does not mean pushing everyone away. It means developing the strength to choose relationships instead of clinging to them out of desperation. If you are independent, you can enjoy someone's company without fearing their absence. You can love someone deeply without begging them to complete you. You can support someone fully without expecting repayment. That is real freedom, and freedom is the soil in which real relationships grow. Look at the strongest friendships you admire. They are not built on constant checking, constant controlling, constant demanding. They are built on respect, and respect is born when each person sees the other as strong, not as weak. No one wants to carry another person forever, but everyone wants to walk alongside someone who can stand tall on their own. Independence makes you attractive, not in a superficial sense, but in the sense that people are drawn to strength. They are drawn to those who do not drain them, but inspire them. When you are dependent, you live with fear. Fear that they will leave, fear that they will forget you, fear that you will not survive without them. That fear poisons everything. Every conversation becomes about seeking reassurance. Every silence becomes a source of doubt. Every mistake feels like a disaster, but when you are independent, you are not ruled by fear. You know that even if someone leaves, you will still stand. You know that even if someone changes, you will still grow. You know that even if you walk alone, you will not collapse. That security changes how you love. You love without chains. You give without conditions. You stay without needing guarantees. And that is the purest form of connection. People often confuse independence with pride. They think being independent means refusing help, rejecting kindness, pushing everyone away. But that is not true independence. That is insecurity disguised as strength. Real independence is quiet confidence. It is knowing that you can survive alone, but still choosing to walk with others. It is knowing that you don't need saving, but still appreciating when someone offers support. It is knowing that you are enough, but still opening your heart to share your journey. Independence makes you humble, not arrogant, because it frees you from fear. Why do so many relationships fail? Because they are built on dependency. Two incomplete people come together, hoping the other will fill their emptiness. At first, it feels magical. One person feels needed, the other feels saved. But soon, reality shows itself. The pressure of being someone's savior becomes heavy. The demand for constant validation becomes exhausting. And the emptiness that was never healed inside one person begins to swallow both. That is when resentment begins, arguments grow, and the bond breaks. But when two independent people come together, the dynamic is different. Neither is there to complete the other. Neither is there to save the other. They are there to share life, to walk side by side, to grow together. That kind of bond is not fragile, it is powerful. Independence is also the foundation of respect. If you cannot survive without someone, then you are not their equal, you are their dependent. Equality disappears, and with it, respect disappears too. But when you are independent, when you bring your own strength, your own vision, your own discipline into the relationship, the other person respects you. They see you as a partner, not a burden, and respect is what keeps relationships alive when emotions fluctuate. There is another truth. When you are independent, you don't cling to toxic relationships. Many people stay in harmful friendships and partnerships simply because they are afraid of being alone. Dependency traps them. They tolerate disrespect, neglect, even abuse because they cannot imagine standing without that connection. Independence frees you from that trap. When you are whole on your own, you will never beg for scraps of love. You will never accept less than you deserve. You will never stay where you are not valued, because you know that your worth does not depend on anyone's approval. You know that being alone is not the same as being weak. Independence is not built overnight. It is built through discipline. It is built by facing your fears instead of running from them. It is built by learning to be comfortable with silence, with solitude, with your own company. It is built by setting goals and achieving them through your own effort. It is built by creating routines that make you strong mentally, emotionally, financially, and physically. When you build this independence, you carry it into every relationship. And that independence changes everything, because now you are no longer seeking someone to save you. You are seeking someone to share with you. Many people wonder why their friendships don't last. The answer is often simple: neediness. They demanded too much. They expected too much. They placed the weight of their happiness on someone else's shoulders, and no one can carry that forever. Independence prevents that. When you are happy on your own, your friend's role is to add joy, not to create it. When you are fulfilled on your own, your partner's role is to enrich your life, not to fix it. This shift makes relationships lighter, freer, and stronger. Ask yourself, if everyone walked away today, would you still stand? If the answer is yes, then every relationship you build after that will be built on strength, not on fear. You will no longer cling, no longer beg, no longer compromise your dignity just to keep someone by your side. You will love from a place of freedom, and that love will be more powerful than anything built on desperation. Independence is the foundation of real relationships because it gives you the power to choose instead of settle. It gives you the confidence to give instead of demand. It gives you the strength to walk away instead of break down. It gives you the ability to be loyal without being blind, to be kind without being weak, to be loving without being lost. Independence transforms the way you see people, the way you treat them, the way you value them. Because you no longer need them to complete you, you can appreciate them as they are. And when appreciation replaces need, relationships flourish.